Simona Cipriani. I'm here at the Art of Control in Stamford, Connecticut, and this is Carla. Carla is going to perform the semicircle today, so this will be your tip for the day. So come all the way down to the edge, Carla, sit down, turn around, and for the semicircle, we actually can have two different settings. One is the lower setting, which is what Carla's going to do today. And if you're a little more advanced, you can have the setting up. The first tip I want to give you is the positioning of the toes on the bar. Usually we don't put the toes too far forward on the bar. We want to have the toes in the front, which is a little bit more down below. So when your toes are in the front of the bar, not above the bar, then you actually can see a little crease in the toes. So you want to have your ball of the foot so your toes are already a little bit into an extension. The second one is the heel stay down into the frame, and the heels are going to come up a little bit when people, especially when they're very tight, but you don't want to lift the heel. So you're going to try to keep the heel low. And of course, you're in a little Pilates stance. So sit all the way to the edge. Lie all the way in your back, and then take your hands on the shoulder blocks, lift your hips and slide your body down. So you're going to try not to move the carriage too much as you go in and out, and you're going to try to keep your arms completely straight. So you feel like your arms are completely locked. That's very important because that way you are not changing the position of the shoulders, and also because you want to use your arms to push the carriage out, okay? So we're going to have the pelvis lifting as much as the client can do, because again, we want to try to keep your ribs in flat, and from the shoulder all the way to the knee should be like a nice, beautiful long line. So there's not a lot of arching on the low back here, okay? So if the heels are too high, so let's do this once a little bit, wrong in a way. So lift your heels really high, come over the toes. And if you're doing it this way, you're going to arch your back, your knees are going to have a lot of pressure, and you're going to go over too much. And so this is why I want to make sure you keep your heels low, so they're not completely down on the frame, as you can see, but she's getting a really good connection to the ankles, flexibility in the ankles, stretching your Achilles tendons, so you just keep it down as much as you can. The knees are within the frame of the box, your alignment of the shoulders. And I want you to move your shoulders a little teeny bit to the left, just a little more. Good. And sometimes if you're not wearing a nice shirt like Carl is doing now with the kind of, sleeves or half sleeves, then you might need to have a little towel under the shoulders so that you can slide in and out easily, okay? So we're gonna start from here. Carla, you're going to roll down through the rib cage, down to the spine, sit toward the springs, like you're gonna dust the spring on the way out. And the teacher should be right below the level of the knee, so you have a little cup position of your hands like this. And you're using your body weight, you're actually pulling your pelvis forward to help the client to push the carriage all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. Now, lock the carriage, lift your hips up to the ceiling as much as you can, and then come back with your knees. Make sure your knees are staying within the frame of your pelvis. And then you do the best you can to lift the bottom in the air, and you close your ribs. So this is hinging in, and this is hinging up. And then you bring your knees over the bar as much as you can. Move your shoulders to the left. And then again, lower, down, 2, 3, pushing out with your arms and shoulders, lift the hips up to the ceiling, and then return all the way home, trying to keep your pelvis up, breathe out, close your ribs, and feel the opposite direction of your arms. You're going to create two positions. One stretches forward from the low back, and one stretches back from the arms into the bottom of your rib cage. So you want to really imagine that the side of the pelvis, between the pelvis and the ribs, gets longer. So you want to have a straight line from the shoulder all the way up to the knees. Now, Carla, when you go down, don't push the carriage out right away. So you just articulate your spine. See if you can go down, but stay in with the carriage. Stay in, stay in. Now, once you feel the springs, stay against the springs with your bottom. Stay down. Stay down as long as you can. Nice. Now lift your hips up. That's better. And now bring it all the way home. Now we're going to reverse it, and we're going to do it with the right rhythm. So here we go. Up, 2, 3. Down, 2, 3. Come all the way in like you sit on your heels. And then bring your tailbone to the heels, more to the heels, more to the heels. Good. Stretch your arms, close your ribs more. And now lift your hips a little more. Come in. Good. Show me the 2 oppositions. Scoop deeper. Good. Now lift, 2, 3. Down, 2, 3. Articulate your spine. Lower down with your heels up. Try to touch the heels with your bottom. Come a little closer. Come a little closer. Come a little closer. That's it. Now bring your tailbone. Yes, there we go. Nice job. Good. And again, feel the ribs going down and feel. So you're pinching up here and you're pinching in here. Really good. And then one more time. Up, 2, 3. So I'm pushing a little bit with my hand under the knee to give her a little bit of a help. She's pushing through the shoulders and the arms. And now she's coming in. Lift and stretch all the way. Keep the heels low. Lift your bottom in the air, close your ribs, and stretch forward. So I like to do this with my forearm also. I'm using my body way back, so I don't have to use my hand or my shoulders, and I can give her a nice stretch. Good. Make sure your knees are staying within the level of your pelvis here. And one last thing I want to show you is that the hands position goes a little bit on the outside, and it's right in the middle of the shoulder blocks. If you have someone that is a little tight in the shoulders, maybe some on the outside, and it's right in the middle of the shoulder blocks. If you have someone that is a little tight in the shoulders, maybe some problems there, but they can still do the exercise, you can go just a little bit on the top. So you can do the exercise almost on the tip of the shoulder blocks there. And that's going to help with the flexibility of the shoulders. So lift your head up to return. Bring the carriage all the way in so that you are completely under. And then bend your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. Good. Thank you. I hope this was helpful to you. I'll see you next time.